Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Mass Effect 2, where we've taken care of the various gangs that were attacking the Archangel, that being Garrus of Carrion. We've recruited him to the cause, but now we've got some last-minute details we have to mop up before we can really move on, before we go on to get the Krogan Rex to join the team. I think it's Rex. It's been a little while.
What do you need? This data pad was on one of the mercs going after Archangel. They were coming for you next. Let me see.
I don't believe it.
Interesting. Would someone like to tell me how the information slipped the net?
I'll look into it.
Oh, I was busy standing in the corner
I'll
here.
have to do a little cleaning in my organization.
Organization?
Thanks. Maybe I'll come back later. You do that.
Alright. Well, that's done. Let's go back to the ship and talk to everybody. Oh, hold on. First, let's get drunk. Or maybe at least get a little bit of a buzz. My partners, they're not drinking. Just me. Which kind of makes Shepard seem like more of an alcoholic if you decide to order yourself a drink. Because not only are you drinking alone, you aren't drinking alone. You're drinking by yourself with your friends sober standing behind your back. None of you are driving. So, a little bit.
Come on, let me in.
Although I wonder, in regards to Shepard's electronics, the non-organic aspects of that occupy her body, does that affect her tolerance for alcohol? Does she have a higher tolerance for alcohol now that her liver isn't quite isn't up to stock, or do they give her a liver that will only manage alcohol in the same fashion that it used to? Is she now a permanent lightweight? Also, hold on a sec. On that same note, like, let's say you get your organs replaced with cybernetic organs. Does this mean that you have the same tolerances that you used to have? Or does that mean you only have a constant tolerance? Or does that mean that, like before, you can develop a tolerance similarly to actual organic biological components?
How is our newest Turian crew member doing? His injuries looked painful.
He's a soldier. It'll take a lot more than that to keep him down.
There's something about him. I just want to hold him close and whisper, "It will be all right."
Are you into aliens?
I've been through a lot too, Kelly. Some of your therapy sounds perfect right now.
Someday we'll have to set aside some time and really talk. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
It's always nice chatting with you.
Alright, let's go talk to Joker, see if he's got anything for us. I didn't really talk to him much during Mass Effect 1.
You really think we'll have another shore leave?
Of course. Shepard's forming the best team this galaxy has ever seen. We're gonna kick some ass.
I'm sure you're right, Matthews.
In Mass Effect 1, Joker didn't really have that much dialogue, but I wonder if it's because they didn't realize how popular of a character he was going to be.
Hey, Commander, we got Garrus back. That's great, because he was totally my favorite. With that pole up his ass.
I assume everything's going well up here?
It was until the thing started questioning my every move. It won't let anything slide.
You were deliberately falsifying maintenance reports, Mr. Moreau.
Not falsifying, tweaking. I always round up on task times. It makes us look good when we come in under.
look, we don't have Alliance inspection to worry about. We don't have to look good.
Edie has a valid concern, Joker. Knock it off.
What? Come on.
No padding, understood?
What's the point of being a corporate ship if you can't inflate your results?
That's it for now.
Because
See you,
if
Commander.
your results aren't good enough, the corporate ship will just buy better. The Alliance ship will ground it and be like, oh, no flying this ship until we figure out what's wrong. But we're not going to spend the money because we don't have it. Alright, so let us go talk to Morden. Actually, let's see if we can research anything first. Or have I already researched everything? Okay.
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Not at the moment. Think I've unlocked collector interest in humans. Wait, no. Only one heart. Krogan have two. Scratch that. Anything else?
I'll let you work.
We'll be here if you need me.
Okay, he's got nothing. Although I would imagine, like, dealing with alien physiology, and you're trying to, like, figure out why,
Can I help
like,
you with
one type of physiology would require different attention from every other alien species.
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
If you want, Commander. Cerberus has ranks, but it's not the Alliance. No rules about fraternization. Your boat, your call. You want to get friendly with everyone? That's your business.
You don't want to be
You
friends?
sound hesitant, Jacob. Am I putting you on the spot?
You're trying to. Sorry if I knee-jerked. Cerberus puts a lot of suspicion in your head. I like you, Shepard. So talk, and we'll see how it goes.
Anyone waiting for you back home?
Only child and no extended family. Never settled down. Didn't seem fair with this job. But you can't miss what you never had.
Yeah, it makes sense. You and Miranda have
You
history?
and Miranda worked together. I got the impression it might have been more than that.
It got a little close. Then it got really far apart. The rest isn't your business, Commander.
You're right.
Consider it dropped. I trust you to keep everything professional, Jacob.
Thanks. That always bugged me about the Alliance. They didn't let people handle their own problems. Cerberus isn't any better. They just put more effort into hiding how much they spy on you.
Let them watch. We're not hiding anything.
Wouldn't matter if we were. It's not like
That's
they can
true.
reel us in. We're handling this, whether they like it or not. Anyway, I should get back to prep. Nice talking to you, Shepard. Let's do it again sometime.
Alright, now we've got to go to floor 3, which I believe now has Miranda and Garrus. And also we'll drop by, talk to Dr. Chakwas. Kasumi's there, but like Kasumi and Zaid, they don't really have anything new to say anymore. They just kind of like shout like individual lines. There's the bathrooms, there's the crew quarters. Nobody's interesting in the crew quarters, just sitting around, minding their own business. And hello!
Commander, what can I do for you?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
It's interesting how there really isn't too much change for characters in between like the main story missions, because in Mass Effect 1, like there was always like you do a main story mission, hello, and then you talk to everybody. You did a main story mission, then you talk to everybody. But in this case, not everybody's got something new to say.
What's this area of the ship?
The gunnery control station. The ship's batteries are controlled from here. The Combat Information Center operators send targeting information here. The CIC decides who to shoot. Gunnery control decides how to shoot.
Alright.
Shepard, need me for something?
What can you tell me about the Normandy's armaments?
Looks like Cerberus upgraded what the ship carried before. Should have a bit more kick. I still don't like our chances against a collector ship, though. Not unless we upgrade the guns.
Well, lucky for you. I'm here to upgrade the guns.
Have you got any upgrade ideas for the Normandy's weapon systems?
A few, yeah. Here, take a look.
So that's going to be in ship enhancements. The Thanix cannon. The Turing-designed Thanix magnetic hydrodynamic cannon is now installed in the Normandy. It is powerful enough to destroy a collector ship with repeated hits. Excellent.
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got any upgrade ideas for the Normandy's weapon systems?
My current upgrades are working pretty well. That's about the best I can do.
Have the Cerberus crewmen given you any trouble?
I think being part of the team that took down Saren got me some points. Everyone I talked to was polite anyway.
Also, I'm sure everybody just looks at his scars and they're like, yeah, that guy's tough. We're not going to mess with him.
Have you got a minute?
Sure. Just checking the weapon systems. You can never be too careful. I thought I'd seen every weapon in the galaxy in our fight against Saren. Mercenary work showed me otherwise. And now Cerberus rebuilds the Normandy with a few upgrades to boot. I wish we'd joined up with them sooner.
Are you okay with this, then?
You sure you're okay working with Cerberus?
I can't exactly doubt your judgment. Not after I got my own squad killed.
What did your merc squad do? Didn't sound like you were available for hire.
You saw Omega. It was full of thugs kicking the helpless. I formed my team to kick back. We weren't mercenaries. At least nobody was paying us. We made money by taking down slavers, pirates, or gangs that went too far.
Doesn't sound like you made any friends with the gangs.
I got 3 separate merc bands to work together to take me down. My manager at CSEC would be impressed. It was simple. We'd hit their shipments, disrupt activities, get under their skin, make them angry. They'd come charging right into our well-prepared kill zone, crossfire and snipers, clean and surgical. They never stood a chance.
It sounds like you were just another gang.
Then I'm saying it wrong. We didn't shake anyone down. No civilian casualties. That was our rule. Every member of my team had lost someone to Omega's gangs. We weren't out to get rich. We were out to make those bastards think twice before murdering someone in the street.
The gang that fought gangs for nothing. I would imagine. Well, I guess if you're just fighting the gangs, then you can just steal their weapons.
How'd you end up fighting mercenaries here on Omega?
After the Normandy was destroyed, most of us went our separate ways. CSEC asked me back, but I turned them down. Omega was filled with criminals nobody else could touch. And there was no red tape to slow me down. It was a perfect fit. People here needed someone to believe in. Someone to stand up to the local thugs.
So basically, he had this position in Mass Effect 1 where he could do whatever he wanted without any government interference. And he held onto it by essentially becoming a vigilante.
That explains how you started. How'd you end up with a squad?
Not too different from how you formed your squad to fight Saren, actually. You prove that you get things done, and people join up. Mercs who wanted to atone. Security consultants tired of playing by the rules. I gave them hope. And now they're dead. Shows what I know.
Tell me about your squad.
There were 12 of us, including me.
Oh, okay. That's a bigger squad than I was expecting.
CSEC agents. The usual. Had a Solarian explosives expert. Pretty sure he'd spent time in the Special Tasks group. My tech expert was a Batarian, believe it or not.
I think earlier on in the game, I forget if I talked about it in this game or if I talked about it in Mass Effect 1. But I think I talked about the idea that, like, after Mass Effect 3, it seemed as though BioWare wasn't entirely sure what they were planning to do next, and what they eventually did next with Andromeda was just decide to just sidestep that entire question of what to do next. And one of the ideas I propose is, like, what about taking those stories from the game and then make just like single games that follow those stories, like the First Contact War, like the war against the Krogans. This is another example, or should I say, I forget. Also, there was the time where Saren and Captain Anderson were teamed up. That was the book, the first Mass Effect novel. That would have been an interesting game by itself. What if there was a video game that focused on the character of Garrus Vakarian after he left the crashed Normandy and went to Omega to become the Punisher, essentially. And you end up meeting up with these 12 squad members, but by the end of the game, all of them would die, which would make for a very dramatic storyline.
How did those mercenary gangs take down your team?
It was my own damn fault. One of my people betrayed me. A Turian named Sidonis. He drew me away just before the Mercs attacked my squad. Then he disappeared. Everyone except me is dead because of him. And because I didn't see it coming.
Oh yeah, and I believe that revolves around Garrus's loyalty mission.
I'm not sure I understand. What happened exactly?
Sidonis asked for my help on a job. When I got to the meeting point, nobody was there. By the time I got back to our hideout, the Mercs had killed all but 2 of my squad. And they didn't last long.
How do you know he didn't just die?
You sure it was a betrayal? Maybe they took Sidonis out first.
No. I put out feelers with some old contacts. He booked transport off Omega just before the attack. He also
that is a bit suspicious. That is doubly suspicious.
And ran.
Do you know where Sidonis is now?
No. His trail vanishes after he leaves Omega, but I'll keep hunting. I lost my whole team except for Sidonis. One day I'll find him and correct that. Thanks for coming by, Shepard. I've got some things to take care of.
I've got some guns that need calibrating. Alright. Garrus has been spoken to. Let us go talk to Dr. Chakwas, see if she's got anything to say, possibly about...
How may I help you, Commander?
She's got nothing. Okay.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander.
I have a feeling that she's not going to have anything to say for the rest of the story. So let's go down to talk to Jack, I think, is the only one on engineering. I mean, like, Zaid's there, but he's just going to be like, I've got this mission that I've done. This is going to be tough. Alright, Jack. What are you and your strangely boob-focused camera angles up to?
Hey. Tell me about you, Jack. What are you up to?
Still checking out your ship. Wouldn't mind putting her through her paces when you're not around.
I doubt Joker would appreciate that. At least not while we're working.
Relax.
Can you fly a ship?
Doesn't have the thrill it used to. Besides, if I wanted it, I'd take it.
That's,
I've been around. Ran with gangs, wiped out some gangs, joined a cult. Kept the haircut. I learned how to survive and not be a victim.
it's hard to imagine you in a cult. That usually involves a lot of rules.
I was looking for answers. Drugs and sex and going to a better place. A better place, right. It was all about money. They wanted to take a colony, shake the suckers down to fund their spread, and guess who was their ace in the hole? They were just like the rest. Didn't give one shit about me.
Are they dead, probably?
What do you think?
They're probably dead.
You must have met some good people, too.
Everybody wants something, and because of that, everything is fair game. Murder, assault, kidnapping, drugs, stealing, arson. Done it all, and that's the boring shit. Piracy, theft of military craft, destruction of a space station, and vandalism. That was a good one.
Tell me about the theft of the military craft.
Bet that made you some friends.
Shouldn't have left the thing unlocked. Besides, parades are boring. I helped.
That's a fair statement.
A space station? You're pushing what I can believe.
Ain't saying it was easy. Not everything is spur of the moment. Sometimes you gotta work to give people what they deserve. Had some people I hung with for a while. Outlaw colony. Felt like they were like me. Guess that made us a nice target. Turians think they know something about a scorched earth response. Fuck 'em.
Piracy?
You're a pirate too.
Ties in
Arr,
with the kidnapping.
matey.
If you hijack a passenger ship and don't kill everyone, anyway. Good lesson. Simpler to just kill them all.
I'm surprised you'd even mention vandalism in that bunch.
That's what the Hanar call it when you crash that space station I mentioned into one of their moons and make a new crater. They really liked that moon.
Do you ever wonder if you could have done things differently?
Like
No.
not crash a space station into a
There's
moon?
no reason I should be alive, but I am. You know why? Instinct. It's worked for me so far, and I'm not gonna change. Hey, Shepard.
Interestingly enough,
No one's ever asked me
Shepard
about
is
this shit.
probably in the same boat.
Strange to
There's
talk
no
about.
reason for her to be
So
alive.
fuck you. And thanks for asking.
No problem. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, in regards to recruiting the Krogan, I believe that this has something to do with, like a family dispute. And by family dispute, I mean like there are different families of Krogan vying for power. And we have to prove ourselves, I think. And that... Or I might be confusing Mass Effect 2 with Mass Effect 3. In which one of those two games you fight a... What was that giant Tremors monster from Mass Effect 1? You fight one of those things. It has been a while. Let's see where this goes then.
Dossier doesn't say if Okir is on this planet by choice. Assume hostiles.
Okir?
Broadcasting orders over loudspeaker. Charming.
Stay focused. We're looking for a Krogan warlord.
Known as the StarCraft Cemetery. Nope, hello. No, get up. Ah. Oh, did I get that guy? Possibly. I got both of them. Or should I say my team got both of them? Greetings and salutations, sir. What are you doing on this planet?
Shit.
No, I'm thinking of Mass Effect 3. That's where you fight the Tremors monster.
I'm gonna... You son of a bitch.
Doesn't look that bad, actually. He doesn't need to know that.
I knew it wasn't Berserkers. Not at range. You're Mercs. Or Alliance. I'm not telling you anything.
I've got a nice application of metagel ready to go. But if you'd rather I just keep walking.
Son of a bitch. I don't know anything. I just shoot the overflow from the labs. The old Krogan up there, he's really been cleaning house lately. Jador hired him to make her an army, but the Krogan he creates are insane. So we use them for live ammo training. It's all crap. I don't get paid enough to goddamn bleed out.
He makes Krogan? Or is that their attempt to, Or is that their attempt to cure the genophage? Is through, science?
I want your friends gone. Understand?
Patrol? The last group dispersed. Lost sight 5 minutes ago.
Dispersed? Jador will be pissed. She wanted a show.
You asked for a report, you got it. Dispersed.
Understood. Returning to the labs.
There. You see? I'm helping.
Have you seen Okir? Does he know about all this?
We can't go in the labs, but everyone sees what happens when the Krogan come out. I've shot hundreds. They're crazy, mindless. Anyone up there, they know what's going on.
What is Jador planning to do with all these Krogan?
Replace us, probably. I sure wouldn't want to see an army of them coming at me.
I really don't remember this mission at all. Hopefully later on it'll click. But
Krogan. How smart are they to start?
Is Jador's lab heavily guarded?
There are big guns to keep ships away. We're not outfitted to fight goddamn commandos.
If you start limping now, you might find a shady spot before you bleed out.
notice I didn't actually give her the metagel that I promised.
I thought so. Come on, our warlord is somewhere in Jador's lab.
Take care of you, and take care of you. Although, nope, hello. A lot of elevated positions here for these blue suns. Like, I'm sure the sniper rifle would be a lot easier. These are just, oh, hello, Krogan corpses. Or corpsi for short. But the thing is, like, the sniper rifle uses so much of its ammo so quickly. Like, I feel like I should hold on to the sniper rifle just for specific circumstances because of how little ammo is available for it. Oh, hello. Yep. Where is this guy with the rocket launcher? There we go. That is nice of you for occupying the same cover that your friend died behind. Let's switch to the hand cannon because at least that kind of has a little bit of strength to its
Firing a high-impact shot.
To its range. Yeah, that is a lot of... That is a lot of dead Krogan. Which also makes for a very... Huh, am I supposed to fight with that guy? There we go. Tank Groan Croghan. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, and I believe, Rex doesn't show up in this game, he shows up in part 3, and that in this one you have the Tank Groan Croghan, I think.
Something makes me speak.
He's only a week old?
They must breed them full size, ready to kill. Not much improvement over regular mercs if they need training.
Bred to kill. No. I kill because my blood and bone tell me to. But it's not why I was flushed from Glass Mother. Survival is what I hear in my head. Against the enemy that threatens all my kind. But I failed, even before waking. That is what the voice in the water said. That is why I wait here.
Oh, because they're expecting the Tank Groan Croghan to reproduce more rapidly, so they could use them as a...
You're supposed to be part of a mercenary army. Do you remember Jador?
I know that name. It causes anger, but also laughter. It is not a name that will be sung when we march. I don't know what that means, but I have heard it many times.
How can you speak if you're only a week old?
There was a scratching sound in my head, and it became the voice. It taught things I would need. Walking, talking, hitting, shooting. Then the voice said I was not perfect, and the teaching stopped. And now I am here.
It was taught enough to be tested, but for what?
I don't know, but I am not perfect.
That is a question. Like, why? What? I guess that question is, what is the purposes of these experiments?
Not like now, with ears. Inside. I called it Father. It like that. But it was disappointed. I'm not what it needs me to be.
A lab with Krogans. Sounds like an attempt to cure the genophage.
Cure? Cure was never whispered. Survive, resist, ignore.
How did you disappoint the voice?
I don't know. It was decided before I left Tank Mother. I was not perfect.
Maybe he's prone to the insanity that the Merc mentioned.
I don't know of that, but I'm not perfect.
I destroyed Saren's cure. How does Okeer expect these Krogan to ignore the genophage if not by curing it?
I have no idea. It doesn't look like he's had much success with these Krogan.
Can you show me the laboratory? I need to speak with Okeer.
The Glass Mother. She is up, past the broken parts, behind many of you fleshy things. I will show you.
He knows language, but not human beings, as a phrase.
Glad he's friendly.
You fleshy things are slow when big things are in your way.
You could have run or tried to fight your way back to the labs. Why stay here?
I am waiting. The voice told me, if they come, I fight. But I will not run, and I will not follow. I am not perfect, but I have purpose. I must wait until called, released.
Huh. That is strange. But let us carry on. Let's switch back to the Locust because the hand can is running low on ammo. Ah. That's what you say when you run around the corner, guns blazing. Oh.
Firing a high-impact shot.
Ah, hello.
I've got no shields.
Oh, you son of a... Is somebody else shooting at me? Says the man who's hiding behind cover. Or should I say the Krogan who's hiding behind cover? Oh, hello. Did I just pass by some ammo? I almost did. As I'm running a little bit low. Does anybody have anything interesting? I do.
Krogan took down the grid. We're blind and getting hit on all sides. Fur the heavies.
So, are they building all the are they building the army of Krogan as a way of testing the Blue Suns? Are they... This seems like a lot of needless casualties on both sides. Alright, so we got closed captioning, gate ground, and resistor.
Krogan on R6. Copy, goddammit. Where's Tador and her personal guard?
You've got a Krogan on your 6. There's that Krogan again. Oh, hello. Ah. Nope, that's not going to work out. Alright, let's take out these rocket guys first, because they are a little bit on the more annoying side. Oh, hello. How are you? So is Jador aware of my presence now?
Concentrate on the Krogan charge or we're all dead. It was a genius.
Or do they think I'm in charge of Krogans? Ah, damn it.
This should slow them down.
Apparently they shot those rockets right in between Garrus and the wall to hit me. There we go. Takes out one of their heavies. Okay. We've got you, green at the top going down on a slight angle. Oh, that's bottom and right. And then orange going on kind of a twist with blue in the middle. That was a close one. Although I wasn't actually getting any of the pieces I needed, so it wasn't exactly like I could do that any faster. Oh, Okir betrayed them. Which is, okay, so, which could explain why everybody's dying. What are all those groans and grunts coming from? Okay, so they do recognize my presence on the station, but they also have their own fight going on as well. Take that.
I need everyone out of the labs to fight this. Every floor, every outpost, move!
Now, are they referring to my attack or the Krogan attack? And let's see. Yep.
Fire in the hole!
Okay, so that takes care of the Legionnaires, and then there's just this guy with his rocket launcher.
What do you mean Jador's holding the mechs? She'll lose all our toys if we don't get back up.
Yeah, this seems to be a consistent Blue Suns problem. Like, why don't they just send all... Like, why send, like, the light mechs and then the heavy mechs against the Archangel, unless, when they're needed? Why not just send everybody? Okay, so there's somebody else who's also fighting the man on the radio. Oh, hello. Never mind. There I go. Apparently, the enemies that were coming down the main run managed to overpower the 2 allies I had. In order to kill me. What was Garrus and Miranda up to? Clearly not watching my flank. So I shall assign them positions, because clearly they do not know better themselves. There we go. Miranda, take cover a little bit better. You can go all the way to cover, not just stand right there. Hold on. Hello, how are you? Is that good enough? No, it's not. There we go.
Understood.
You got it.
Anybody else? Why did I feel there was more people that first time?
I've lost shield.
Maybe because I was going down both paths at the same time, and that essentially caused more people to show up at once.
Firing a high-impact shot.
Why does Garrus sound odd? When he says the line, when he says these lines in combat, he kind of sounds off. He doesn't quite sound. Maybe I just spend so little time with Garrus in my party. Oh, hello. It is amazing how precise those rockets essentially need to be if they actually get to hit. No, Miranda. You must survive. See, the problem with the Blue Suns is their lack of teamwork. If they realize they should, taking cover behind the exact same wall would get them killed, they wouldn't do it. They would take cover behind different pieces of architecture instead of the same piece. But no, they just stand right in front of the other. Which is an amateur mistake for the Blue Suns.
Shepard, don't shoot. You know me.
Ah, yeah, she was from, the past. She was on, what's it called? Mass Effect 1's, Vermeer, I think. Green at the top, angle going down. And there we go. All right, Rana.
I shut down the security cams as soon as I saw it was you. Never thought I'd say it, but I'm glad it's you shooting up the place. Sorry, Rana Thanoptis. You let me go when you destroyed Saren's lab on Vermeer. Had to outrun a nuke in a utility pod, but it's still a second chance.
Why are you here?
I assume you have a good reason for being at this lab?
Don't worry, I'm not wasting the chance you gave me. My work here, strictly beneficial. Not for the mercs. Jador's on a standard power trip. But Okir is trying to do something good, even if his methods are a little extreme.
Yeah, that...
Everyone deserves a second chance, right? And sometimes giving one pays off. I take care of my debts.
Okay, so what exactly was he trying to do?
You're trying to do here.
It's complicated. Jador wants a private army, but Okeer mostly ignores her. He's running the project for his own reasons. I created a mental imprint routine to educate his tank bred. Most don't get through it. He dumps them for some reason.
Oh, so basically her voice
He
is
wants
the
to
voice
help
of
his
Mother.
people, but he's not looking for a genophage cure, and he's not going for numbers. That's
Huh.
all I know.
Try harder to
Finding
avoid
a place
trouble.
Like this makes me think letting you go was a mistake. You don't want that.
We agree on that. Don't worry. I plan on staying as far away from anything to do with you as possible. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna run like hell before you blow the place or something. I know how you work.
That's why they call you the Demolition Woman.
I'm all for second chances. Not so sure on third ones.
I don't remember if she actually shows up in Mass Effect 3.
Here you are. I've watched your progress.
Oh yeah, you get this tank-born guy.
It's about time. The batteries on these tanks will not wait while you play with these idiotic mercs.
I take it you're Okeer. You don't seem particularly caged or grateful that I'm here.
You may claim to be here to help, but the formerly deceased Shepherd is not a sign of gentle change. Surprised? All Krogan should know you. I'm sure Rana has already revisited your actions on Vermeer.
I didn't have a lot of room for finesse. If there'd been any other solution, I'd have considered it.
But I approve. Saren's pale horde were not true Krogan. Numbers alone are nothing. The mistake of an outsider, one that these mercenaries have also made. I gave their leader my rejects for her army, but she grows impatient. It's time for you to take me out of here.
We hear about the collectors.
I'm pretty sure Okeer doesn't actually get off of this planet.
Yes, collector attacks have increased. A human concern. My requests were focused elsewhere. I acquired the knowledge to create one pure soldier. With that, I will inflict upon the genophage the greatest insult an enemy can suffer. To be ignored.
Your search for the perfect soldier created a lot of failures. You don't care about them?
I failed no one. My rejects are exactly what Jador asked for. She simply lacks the ability to command. They are strong, healthy, and useless to me. I need perfection. If a few thousand are rejected, so be it. My work will purify the Krogan. We will not be restored. We will be renewed.
I thought the Krogan ideal was a return to the numbers that threatened the galaxy.
We will not need numbers. My soldier is a template. It is a greater threat than all the phantom siblings that would have been at its flank.
So basically it seems as though
The scars of the Horde, but it will learn to
he
fear
wants
the
to
madness.
create a Krogan that ignores the effects of the genophage, but he still wants the Krogan to be that warfaring species.
You're just as cruel and manipulative as those who released the genophage on your people.
And is essentially forcing that into the DNA.
And my soldier will not provoke a nuclear response as a cure or Horde would. My legacy is perfection, with each pure Krogan reaching higher by standing on our dead. They will exceed, but not forget.
What did you get from the collectors? I need whatever you know about them.
They are strange, so isolated, yet very available when your sacrifice is big enough. I gave them mini Krogan. I may have information for you, but the tech was consumed in my prototype, after I determined how to use it without killing the subjects. The deaths were unfortunate, but I only need one success to start the process.
So you don't want to cure the genophage?
Contrary to what survivors claim, the genophage does not produce strong Krogan. The only quality it filters is the ability to survive the genophage. For every 1,000 stillborn, too many weaklings live. Every survivor is branded as precious.
The Krogan will rebuild and bake a pure race of Krogan. Ugh. It's not surprising that Okier does not live to see the end of this scene.
1,000 die in a clutch. We will defeat it by climbing atop our dead. That is the Krogan way.
If your pet soldier is as strong as you think, maybe I can use him.
Perhaps I can strike a deal to secure passage. But my prototype is not negotiable. It is the key to my legacy.
Attention, I have traced the Krogan release. Okier, of course. I'm calling blank slate on this project. Gas these commandos and start over from Okier's data. Flush the tanks.
Yep, and that's what causes Okier to have to release the his perfect soldier.
She's that weak-willed. She'll kill my legacy with a damn valve. Shepard, you want information on the collectors? Stop her. She'll try to access contaminants in the storage bay.
You could just start over like she plans to. What's the big deal?
This tank is pure. It involved as much trial as data. Starting over will not duplicate it. It must survive. Jador will be with the rejected tanks. Kill her. I will stay and do what must be done.
That's nice and vague.
No more targets.
Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, recommendations for something to play next? Comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long for now.